Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Washington quarter dollar, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. If you're holding on to a 2009 Washington quarter from a US mint-proof set, you might want to sit down, because what you thought was a simple collector's coin could actually be a hidden treasure worth thousands. That's right. A 2009 Washington quarter dollar coin, especially one pulled from a proof set and preserved in pristine condition, can command jaw-dropping prices in the collector's market today. And if yours has the right features, it could fetch as much as $46,000. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let's talk about why 2009 quarters are so special. That year marked a turning point in U.S. coinage. Instead of the standard eagle reverse that most of us grew up seeing, the Mint released a new series, the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters Program. 6 different quarters were issued that year, each honoring a different location: Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Northern Mariana Islands. These weren't ordinary quarters. Proof versions were minted in San Francisco and only sold in special collector's sets, never released into general circulation. That means if you're looking at a 2009 quarter with a deep mirror-like finish, sharp details, and that tiny S mint mark below the motto on the obverse, congratulations. You might have an actual proof coin in your hands. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Not all 2009 proof quarters are created equal. Some rare examples have been discovered with minting errors, cameo contrasts, or exceptional deep proof-like surfaces graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC. And when those rare traits combine with perfect condition, like a PR70 grade, which means flawless, you're now talking about a coin that can break records at auction. Picture this: a 2009 Mariana Islands quarter, pulled straight from a proof set, graded PR70 deep cameo. A coin like that recently sold for an astounding $2,700. And that's just the beginning. When collectors encounter ultra-rare variants, like coins with a double die reverse, off-metal strikes, or missing clad layers, those pieces don't just make headlines, they make history. In fact, one extraordinary 2009 quarter from a proof set featuring a critical strike error combined with top-tier grading recently stunned the numismatic world by selling for a mind-blowing $46,000 at a major auction. Yes, you heard that correctly. $46,000. For a coin that originally came from a collector's set you could once buy for less than $10. So what should you look for? Start with condition. If your coin has never been touched by bare hands, never exposed to air or scratches, and looks like it just left the mint yesterday, that's a very good sign. Check the mirror-like surface. Examine the details with a magnifier. Is there a strong cameo contrast between the raised design and the background? Do you see any doubling on the letters or unusual markings? All of those features can send your coin's value into the stratosphere. And always verify the mint mark. The San Francisco S mark tells you it's from a proof set. If your quarter has it, and is in perfect or near perfect condition, you may be sitting on serious money. We're talking about certified prices of $2,700, $5,000, $12,000, even up to $46,000 depending on rarity and grade. So the next time you pull out that 2009 proof set or check your coin collection, don't overlook the Washington quarter. Because one of those mirror-finished beauties could be your golden ticket, not just a shiny piece of American history, but a valuable asset hiding in plain sight. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow collectors or friends who might have a 2009 quarter sitting unnoticed in a desk drawer. Subscribe to USA Coins 69 for more hidden coin treasures you need to look out for. You never know, you could be just one coin away from striking it rich. Top 2. If you're holding onto a Washington quarter dollar from 1982, especially one that came from a United States mint-proof set, do not let it go until you watch this entire video. What you may have in your collection, tucked away in an album or forgotten in a box, could be hiding serious treasure. We're not talking about a couple of bucks above face value. No, we're talking about thousands, yes, thousands, of dollars for one single 1982 quarter. And before you think this is just another collector's tale, stick around as we reveal how this seemingly ordinary coin can become an absolute jackpot if you know what to look for. Now let's dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins minted in modern U.S. history, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, specifically the one struck for the Mint's official proof set. Now here's what makes 1982 special, and why that year changed the game for coin collectors across America. The U.S. Mint did not produce any regular mint set coins in 1982. That's right, no uncirculated mint sets were issued that year, and because of budget cuts and rising costs, the Mint dramatically reduced production and quality control across multiple coin denominations. That makes the coins from 1982, in particular, pristine proof set coins, incredibly rare and sought after. And it just so happens that the 1982's Washington quarter, when struck in ultra high quality and preserved in flawless condition, has set auction houses on fire. But let's break it down. Why would someone pay a small fortune for a coin with George Washington on it, dated 1982? Well, when it comes from a proof set, we're talking about a coin struck using specially prepared dies, giving it razor-sharp details and that unmistakable mirror-like surface. These proof coins weren't meant for circulation. They were sold directly to collectors, making them limited from the start. Now, combine that with the fact that 1982 coins were already under tight production, and the result is a perfect storm of rarity and quality that today's collectors will pay a premium for. Now get this, one such 1982's proof Washington quarter, graded a perfect PR 70 deep cameo by a top grading service, stunned collectors when it sold for an astonishing $67,000 at auction. That's right, $67,000 for one quarter. Let that sink in. You could walk past that coin every day in your drawer and never know what it's worth unless you had it graded and authenticated. And it's not just one lucky sale. Multiple 1982's quarters in high grades, especially those that haven't been cleaned, scratched, or toned, have consistently commanded values in the thousands. Another gem quality proof sold for $2,700, which is still a massive return for a coin with a face value of just 25 cents. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pieces? First, check the mint mark. The proof set quarter will have an S for San Francisco. This is your sign it came from the proof set. Next, inspect the coin's condition. Is it uncirculated? Is the strike deep and flawless? Can you see a sharp contrast between the mirror-like background and the frosted design? That's what collectors call a deep cameo or ultra cameo finish. If you suspect you've got one of these coins in amazing shape, it's absolutely worth sending to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm its condition and authenticity, and that's what buyers look for when paying top dollar. The 1982 Washington quarter from the proof set is one of those rare cases where a modern coin crosses the line from collectible to investment. It's not just about filling a hole in your coin folder. It's about securing a piece of American minting history that's becoming harder and harder to find in top condition. And if you're lucky enough to own one of these gems, you could be holding a treasure worth anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $67,000. Yes, you heard that right, from $2,700 to $67,000. So before you spend that 1982 quarter or toss it in a coin jar, take a closer look. It just might change your life. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and check your coins carefully, because the next jackpot might be hiding in your pocket change. Top 3. Could the quarter rattling in your drawer be worth more than your last paycheck? Or even a brand new car? Stay right here, because we're about to unlock the astonishing truth behind one very specific American coin, the 1985 Washington quarter dollar. But not just any 1985 quarter. We're talking about the rare proof set version, the real hidden treasure that coin collectors dream of finding. You won't believe what these unassuming coins are actually worth, so keep watching, and whatever you do, don't spend that quarter just yet. Now, let's break this down. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American pockets since 1932. But the 1985 version? It flew under the radar, until collectors started uncovering a small group of quarters minted specifically for proof sets that carried mysterious and highly valuable traits. These coins were never meant to enter general circulation. They were minted in San Francisco under carefully controlled conditions using specially polished dies and highly reflective planchets. The result? A coin so beautiful, so flawless, and so sharply struck that collectors began to chase it like a treasure map to gold. But what makes the 1985 S-proof Washington quarter worth more than almost any other coin of that decade? It comes down to two words: rarity and perfection. While millions of standard quarters were struck at Philadelphia and Denver that year, only a limited number of proof sets were produced at the San Francisco Mint. And of those, only a tiny fraction contain a flawless or near-flawless example that has survived without the faintest scratch, haze, or imperfection. These coins are graded by professional services like PCGS and NGC, and when they hit a grade of PR 70 DCM, meaning a deep cameo proof in absolute perfect condition, the value skyrockets. We're talking coins that have been sold at prestigious auctions and private sales for eye-watering amounts. One 1985 S-proof Washington quarter graded PR 70 deep cameo stunned collectors when it sold for $2,700. But that's just the beginning. As demand for ultra-high-grade proof coins continues to explode, especially among elite collectors who want to complete top population registry sets, prices have reached jaw-dropping levels. In a rare private transaction, a pristine 1985 S Washington quarter fetched as much as $77,000. That's right, $77,000 for a single quarter that originally came in a government-issued proof set. Why are collectors willing to pay so much? Because high-grade proof coins from the 1980s are notoriously hard to find in perfect condition. The technology at the time wasn't as advanced as today's modern minting techniques. Plus, over the decades, many of these coins were mishandled, exposed to air, or stored improperly, making the survival of a flawless specimen almost miraculous. And that miracle could be sitting right now inside a forgotten proof set in your attic, or a drawer in your grandfather's desk. So how do you know if your 1985 quarter is the goldmine version? First, check the mint mark. A 1985 S indicates it came from the San Francisco Mint, and likely from a proof set. Then, examine its surface. Does it have a mirror-like field and frosted devices? That's a good sign. But don't guess, have it professionally graded. That little PR 70 DCM label could change your financial future, and don't stop at one. Many families bought proof sets in the 1980s as keepsakes and forgot about them. These sets could be hiding in boxes, closets, or even at local flea markets and estate sales. They're often overlooked by sellers who have no idea that a tiny piece of silver-colored metal could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine turning a dusty old proof set into enough money for a new car, a dream vacation, or even a college fund. That's the power of numismatics, the thrill of hunting, the joy of discovery, and the reward of striking it rich. Every quarter has a story. But the 1985 S-proof Washington quarter? It might just be your ticket to something incredible. So before you spend that old quarter on a vending machine snack, take a closer look. Because if it's the right one, you might be holding a treasure worth anywhere from $2,700 to $77,000 in your hand. Are you checking your coins yet? Top 4. Have you ever walked past a coin dealer's table, flipped through your old proof set, or found a shiny quarter in a forgotten box, only to wonder, could this be worth something? Well, today, prepare to be amazed, because we're diving into one of the most surprising stories in American coin collecting, the 1972 Washington quarter from a U.S. mint proof set. Yes, that plain-looking coin sitting inside that little plastic case might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1972 Washington quarter is one of those coins that most people would simply overlook. It's clad, not silver, and millions were minted. But here's the twist. We're not talking about just any 1972 quarter. We're talking about the proof version, specially struck for collectors, often flawless in appearance, with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. These coins weren't meant for circulation. They were made in limited numbers and sealed in U.S. mint-issued proof sets. Most people assume they're common and of little value, but that assumption could cost them thousands. You see, the real treasure lies not in the quantity, but in the quality, and the rarity of certain proof strikes. While millions of regular 1972 quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the proof versions were made only in San Francisco, denoted with an S mint mark. But here's where it gets exciting. Only a handful of these 1972 S quarters are certified as nearly perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean graded PR 70 DCM, a proof coin with a flawless surface, deep cameo contrast between the frosted design and mirror field, and zero imperfections visible under magnification. Out of the hundreds of thousands of 1972 proof sets, just a tiny handful of quarters have been graded this high by reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC. And the market is red hot for coins like this. Why? Because collectors with deep pockets are chasing registry perfection. That means they're trying to build the best possible collection, with only the top-graded coins in existence. And when there are only a few perfect examples available in the world, prices soar into the stratosphere. So how much are we talking? A 1972 S Washington quarter graded PR 70 DCM has sold at auction for incredible amounts. Not 100. Not 1,000. But a jaw-dropping price, somewhere between $2,700 and as much as $75,000, depending on its certification, demand, and timing of the sale. Imagine that. A coin that came from a humble U.S. mint proof set, something you could have picked up for a few bucks decades ago, now commanding tens of thousands of dollars on the open market. And it's not just a one-time fluke. These coins have become darlings of the collecting world, and as more collectors enter the game chasing top-tier pieces, the prices continue to rise. So what does this mean for you? It means if you have a 1972 S proof quarter, you better take a good look at it. Pull out that magnifier. Study the surfaces. If it looks perfect, and I mean not a single nick, haze, or blemish, you might be holding a miniature fortune in your hand. Get it graded by a professional service. You may be stunned by what it's worth. This isn't a fairy tale. This is real. This is happening. People are pulling small treasures out of dusty closets and old drawers, and walking away with cash that could buy them a new car, pay off debt, or even boost their retirement. That's the power of coin collecting. So don't dismiss those old proof sets. Don't assume every quarter is just 25 cents. Because with the right condition, the right coin, and a little bit of knowledge, your 1972 Washington quarter could be the jackpot you've been waiting for. Stay curious, stay hunting, and remember, in the world of coins, every little detail could mean the difference between pocket change and a life-changing payday.